Salut, comment allez-vous? Today we discuss China Bank stop buying bonds in Crypto Kid TV. So welcome, happy Friday, everyone. Today is very exciting in the financial world. We're getting news that, it is good for the U.S. dollar and good for the U.S. economy and bad for the Chinese economy. And that is today's topic. So before we get in deep into why China's government bank has stopped buying Chinese government bonds. Let's first check the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Do our normal check. Bitcoin is up $2,767 to the price of $95,315. And I see this as a response to the fact that it's interesting now, the dollar is strong against the Chinese yuan, and that's the topic that we're going to get into. And as a result, Bitcoin is up to almost $3,000. Let's check the price of Ethereum. I would imagine Ethereum is in the positive as well. Ethereum is up $77 to the price of $3,296 US dollars. And that means that the S&P has to be positive at this time. Oh, man. S&P is down. I stand corrected. S&P is down $81 to the price of $5,878, which would imply the Dow Jones is down as well. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down $650 to the price of $41,985. And once again, before I even get into this news, my heart goes out to everybody in California. I'm a California resident. I'm from the state of California, born and raised. And now in Los Angeles with the wildfires, the mayor of Los Angeles she actually went to Africa to a wedding. And despite them telling the severity, she didn't rush back. And now she seems ill prepared. We just come to find out that one of the people that is responsible for making sure that the fire hydrants have water, she just got a double in salary compared to her predecessor. She now makes $750,000. And I don't know how anyone working for the government is making $750,000 working for the fire department. Seems like a bribe scheme to me. Everybody is asking Donald Trump. Everybody is asking her to resign. In addition, Donald Trump demanded that Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, resign for the fact that he has not gone in and brought emergency equipment. So my heart goes out to the people in Los Angeles. I'm taking this opportunity to tell one of my childhood heroes of a rivalry team, which is Steve Garvey. I think you better lead a recall election against Gavin Newsom, and I think you can win. This is a great time for Republicans to do a recall on Gavin Newsom for the second time and put a notable name. I mean, it worked for the governor. Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to beat the current Democratic governor. I didn't agree with that whole process, but Arnold Schwarzenegger used his name to beat the Democratic governor and become the governor. Steve Garvey, you need to campaign all throughout California, the Bay Area. That's going to be hard for you to get people in San Francisco to vote against Gavin Newsom, but you can get all the votes of Southern California now. Any Republican going in can get the Republican vote away from Gavin Newsom. All of those Democrats, all of those Hollywood Democrats, elitist liberals, they're in fury with Gavin Newsom. So they're good. I mean, just think about it. George Clooney wrote an op-ed piece in the New York Times, and that pretty much killed off Joe Biden's hopes of running again for the election. So why can't George Clooney write an op-ed piece for this Sunday on why Gavin Newsom needs to resign? So if you just joined, I'm just going on a rant right now because I checked out online. I went to Stephen Gardner and I saw the condition of the fires in Los Angeles, and it is heartbreaking, the fact that the fire hydrants have no water to put the fires out. And now we're dependent upon neighboring states to come in with fire retardant and spread that. And Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is not doing anything. This is the most absentee person, but you get what you pay for. And I'm blaming, before the blame game starts, I'm blaming California residents. You guys, you Democrats, you guys voted back into office Gavin Newsom on the recall. So now you're living with your own mess. You made your bed. It's time for you to sleep in it now. And now it's going to be a smoky, charred up bed. So I'm not feeling any. I'm from California, but the Democrats, they recalled Gavin Newsom because he's a horrible governor. And what did the Democrats do? They voted him right back in. So this is your mess. You're responsible. All you Democrat voters, you're responsible for Gavin Newsom being in office, and you're the reason why the guy is there. And he's a horrible governor. So now let's get to the real topic here of what's going on. So China has just shaken up the financial world. Its central bank has stopped buying bonds. And what does this mean for the global economy, and why should you care? Let's check this whole situation out. So China's central bank, the People's Bank of China, has made a bold move. After 5 months of buying treasury bonds to stabilize its economy, it's now stepping back. This decision is sending shockwaves through global markets. The moves come as the yuan faces heavy pressure from a slowing, lagging economy and rising global interest rates. But why would China stop buying bonds now, and what's their end game? So let's now get into, like, what are the possibilities? What are the reasons behind this decision? First, let's talk about the yuan. It's been struggling against the US dollar, hitting multi-year lows. To stabilize its currency, the Chinese government has been spending heavily in the bond market. But this strategy can only go so far before depleting reserves. And that's probably what they realize. Number two, second, bond yields. By buying bonds, China has been suppressing domestic bond yields, which isn't suitable in a world where other central banks are hiking rates. They had to let the market breathe and pretty much laissez-faire, let the market do what it's going to do. And then finally, China's economic slowdown. Growth has been underwhelming, and the PBOC needs to rethink its priorities to stimulate the economy without over leveraging itself. Now, let's talk about the global implications and what might be going on in New York, London, and Shanghai. So what does this mean for the rest of the world? Let's break it down. Number one, the yuan could weaken further, impacting global trade. A cheaper yuan might make Chinese goods more competitive, but could worsen tensions with trading partners like the US. And this is good for us. A weakened Chinese yuan means that the American dollar is stronger. That means that Americans, we have more global purchasing power in purchasing things from China. And I'm from California, so the Chinese are the major importers into the Oakland harbor, and that's just the way it's been for the last 30 years. Two, emerging markets might feel the heat. If China stops propping up its own bond market, capital flows could shift, impacting other economies. And remember, right now, this is going to impact BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And right now, BRICS is using the Chinese yuan to pay off debt instead of the US dollar. Three, global inflation and commodities. A weaker yuan might make imports cheaper for China, affecting demand for commodities like oil and metals. And What's the end game? What's next? China's decision to halt bond purchases signals a pivotal moment for the global economy. It's a calculated risk, but will it pay off? Only time will tell. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How will this move impact global markets and your investments? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on critical financial news. And I'm just bringing it to you raw and real, unadulterated. I'm letting you know what is going on here in the global economy. So let's take action. Let's be prosperous. I'm telling you, the future is crypto. So despite all these changes in fiat currency, whether it's the US dollar, most people feel that the Fed is not going to cut rates anymore. And who cares? We're looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And remember my prediction, we have 10 days away from the inauguration, which is 2 Mondays from now. And when that happens, Bitcoin is going to soar past 150,000 US dollars. So with that, this is the Crypto Kid. Send me some likes, send me some comments. That way I have more than these trolls that are competing with me trying to send these fake comments. Give me some comments of content you want to see, subjects that you want to see. I'm here to work for you. I'm here to provide free information. None of what I'm saying is financial advice. This comes from more than 32 years in the investment markets. So let me know what you think. And remember, the future is crypto.